What's up, everybody? So, I have this video that I had for 2 months that I never put out in fear that I would get judged, right? But I'm putting these videos out to improve my life and the lives of others, okay? And I don't really think I have time to fear things, that I can't control. Okay, I'm pretty sure there were many other people that if they let fear take over their lives and they didn't say what they had to say, this world wouldn't be how it is today, or it would be worse, or whatever. They did what they had to do. They said what they had to say, and regardless if they were scared or not. And that's what I'm trying to do here with this YouTube channel, or with my platforms in general, TikTok, Facebook, whatever. I'm using all my talents to give to you guys. You know what I mean? Drawing. I'm not good at music, but I sing anyway. Not to say I'm not good at it, because it's just, music is in the heart. Okay, so I just been doing stuff to show example, to show the light. This cat wants to be in the camera. Look, you see the mister? His name is Mister. But yeah, I just been trying to show you guys the light, and hopefully I'm getting through to you guys. But I won't say this stuff isn't scary, or yeah, or whatever. So I had this video for 2 months in fear that I would be judged, and I'm just saying today that I don't care if you guys judge me. Judge on. Okay? I love you anyway, so here it goes. What's up, everybody? I won't lie to you and say I didn't start this introduction over like 7 times. I'm just not good at introductions. I suck at it. Alright, so I'll just speak. I hope everybody's doing well and everybody's in good spirits. Me, myself, I've never struggled so much in my life, to be honest. I've struggled in different ways, not really in this way. And it's weird that this is happening, because I'm having a daughter tomorrow. Like, literally. My baby comes tomorrow, and I've never felt so shaky. It's the weirdest thing in the world, But like, when pressure comes, that's when the breakthrough is like near, when it feels like everything is cracking and falling in on you. And I look at other people's lives throughout history, and like the stories that I've been told and the things that I know, right? A breakthrough is coming. Like, and when it does, it's gonna be beautiful. So, I guess on to the story, or whatever. I feel like I've done enough throughout these few months or whatever not to be in financial crises. But here I find myself struggling, and not even struggling, it's just like downright out broke, And it's so funny, because I feel like I've never done enough to be paid. No, let me say that better. because over these last few months, I've acquired some skills and some talents I didn't know I had. For one, I'm ambidextrous. I can draw with both hands. I'm a good storyteller. I'm able to speak well in front of crowds. It's like really weird. I never thought I would be able to make sense to people. I never thought I'll be able to speak and have people actually listen to where they're thinking, and like it's in like real time, so you could kind of see what you said affected the way they thought. I never thought I could do that, and I love it. And I see that I could really change people's lives. But I can't seem to change my circumstance. And of course, like, things don't happen overnight. And this is the weird transition that everybody talks about, where it just feels lonely, and it's like, I know a lot of great people that even have went homeless before they got their breakthrough. Like, things are not easy, for the lane I'm trying to take. And maybe you have to understand me a bit better, so I'll explain a little bit. The job that I'm at now, my father's been there 40 years, and I've watched him do amazing things. He's raised a whole family, with that job. But now times is different, and it's like you can't even get by with that. Like, the dollar is not the same, and we know that. So, and even then, like, I've never really seen my father go on vacation or things like that, and that's by design. My father's not really a vacation guy. He's a really subtle, laid-back guy. He loves his sports. He loves movies. He loves to just, and he has a lot of friends. For some reason, everybody loves my father, and that's the thing I cannot follow. My father is so, like, he's just a good guy, and I'm a good guy too. But like, sheesh, his standard for, like, it feels like God just designed people like to like him. Like, he just, I don't know, his heart is like different, but me, I would like to, and I'm not going to say it's not without a struggle, but me, I would like to bring out something different in life. I want something different. I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to love people. I want to, I don't want to be stuck at one job for 40 years. Not that it's a bad thing if you got your job and you retired or whatever. That was the way back then, or whatever, or still is now. But I see that these corporations don't care, and these jobs don't care. Like, you could spend blood, sweat, and tears in there, and die, and then they got your replacement the very next day. So I feel like God has something different for me. I feel it in my heart. I speak to him about it, so the path I'm going is different. It's harder. It's uncertain. It hurts, and I'm in pain. But not really, because I got Jesus. Like, Jesus does so much for me that I can't even explain it. You know, it's just in my heart. You know, it's just like, even the circumstances externally just changes around me, because people say, oh, thank God for this person or that person. If this person wasn't there, I'd be this and that. I like to say thank God, because He orchestrates all that. Like, He put my loving Father in my life. He put my family members. He put people around me to, support me when they can, or whatever. So I thank God. So yeah. Other than that, I got my FPA certification. I'm moving into advocacy now. I've joined a nonprofit where we looking. I told y'all before, but we put mirrors up to each other. To people. Who were you before they told you who you were, and just exploring with a different lens. Anytime we step into, because we have meetings, anytime we step into the meetings, we like to look at things for the first time as if we don't know anything prior, just emptying the mind and exploring freshly, if that makes sense. And not putting your opinion or your thoughts onto anybody, letting people see for themselves. And it's called opening minds and hearts. So we lead with the heart and, of course the mind, but we more so let things flow through instead of sticking, because for me, what I've kind of been exploring is maybe, and my uncle Ron, he talks about this a lot, and I've been exploring it as well, but maybe the brain isn't supposed to keep all that trauma and all that whatever like stored up in there. Maybe it's to, when you cry, maybe it's to wash all of that out, dump it, make it, maybe it's impossible to forget, but kinda as if it's like a cheese grater and there's holes in there. You just like letting it flow through the brain instead of letting it stick on the walls in a way, And when you wash, cry, or whatever, let it out. Whatever way you let it out, maybe it's to dump the trauma, and like crying and not letting it wash over you. Maybe that's doing a disservice, because you just cry and cry and cry and cry, and the water isn't getting to the walls. It's not cleaning off the gook. I know I'm not speaking well, but because I'm stressed, I can't. Damn. All right. Reset. Just reset. Yeah. Damn, I'm not speaking well. I don't want to reset the video. I just want to speak. I just want to let what's ever on my heart out. But I don't know what's on my heart. I don't know what's on my mind. It's like, it's stressful, man. It's stressful. I feel like I didn't explain the nonprofit right, and that's not good representation. Work through this. All right, continue to speak. You see, like, I think also I have anxiety and some traumas where like it's I'm just trying to work through this in real time. So forgive me. But yeah, I got my FPA certification, doing a nonprofit. So I doing a lot of things with mental health, because I have experience and I'm able to speak, and I feel like I'm able to at times, at least other than now, I'm able to express how I'm feeling clearly, so about the FPA thing, it's advocacy. So I'm dealing with families, parents, and children. So a lot of times the parent, be it someone from another country or somebody from here or whatever, somebody just in the system in general, everybody doesn't know how to speak up for their child, and that's my job, because they teach us nobody knows the child better than the parent, so I'm there to stand in and to speak to the parent and the child and see what they feel their needs are, and then we communicate that with the teachers. I'm almost like a middleman or whatever, and of course, it's not like a lawyer, even though a lawyer is an advocate, but they go to school for their stuff and everything, like years of school. Me, I'm lived experience. So as you guys know, I'm still plagued with times where I lose my temper, and I used to be suicidal, and so much. We could, I've been through not the juvenile system, but I've been locked up a bunch of times. I've sold drugs in my life. I've had a bunch of fights. I name it, almost like I've done it. I've been through so much, so much. So I can use my experience to help these kids, and that's what I plan to do. So I got my FPA certifications, and my supervisor's looking for a job for me now. I don't know, it's almost like everything is lining up the way it's supposed to, but it's almost like it can't get here fast enough. You know what I mean? Like this is patience. I think God is trying to teach me to work on my patience, and whereas other times I would have just up and quit, I'm literally sticking through this without, sometimes I kick, scream, and cry, but I'm standing in the fire, because I know Jesus is here with me, and that's fine with me, And I feel like I'm going through all this to be forged into something beautiful, No, I haven't spoken well this whole time. But yeah, so these are the things that is going on in my life, and I know it's a bunch more. I just can't. I can't think properly right now. I would say I'm tired of this, but I'm not. I'm just getting started, and it's going to be a lot of times where it feels like things are caving in on me. And it looks bad before it gets good. I know there's a breakthrough coming. I haven't even spoken about my books. I haven't spoken about my clothes. I got so much stuff that I'm working on. I got a few movie sketches. I got a few like movie skits or whatever. I got a few game scripts. Like, can't speak well. I don't know what it's called right now, but yo, if this works, like if everything comes into fruition the way I'm meditating it, whatever I'm thinking of it in my mind, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, right? If all of this comes into fruition, I'll be able to help so much people. We'll finally be out of here. Not to say there's no more struggles, not to say it won't be, but wow, the way I imagine things in my mind, of course it won't be that, but I don't even, just struggling right now. But yeah, okay, that's it. Whatever, man. I don't think nobody's gonna watch this video. I gotta stop saying that. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna post this video, but if I do, I do. It is what it is. Thanks. Whatever.